Okay, welcome to the Planning and Infrastructure meeting, please. We get apologies from Crittenden, Wing, Hetherington, Stuart Piper, and Ara.
And also Councillor Rizeki.
And Rizeki, right. Any declarations of interest for the planning? No. The minutes of the previous meeting, are there any comments or suggestions or objections? I'll second them. All those in favour? That's unanimous. Yes. Okay, and so we're going to look at the planning applications. The first one being 15 West Cliff Road, who are messing about with their balcony and those doors.
Okay, so you've got a application, a listed building application. It's in the conservation area. Single glaze, timber double doors and laminated glazing to the third floor following removal of existing window together with installation of black cast iron railings to front elevation. The listed part, it also says installation of limestone steps to basement and front elevation together with installation of black cast iron railings to front elevation. Called in by Councillor Wing, who isn't here, but
She has sent me some.
Councillor Roxton will speak on her behalf. Thank you.
Okay, Councillor.
Councillor, this is a beautifully restored building. You've done a fantastic job with it. Councillor Wing is worried about overlooking.
If there is a balcony space there that it will overlook into Vale Square properties, into the Bedford Inn and into Marcello's the hairdressers, there is potential to change the appearance of the building. So from a conservation point of view, it doesn't reflect the period that it was built in as it does now. And also she was concerned about Swift's return to the building owned by Marcello, and the balcony with humans on it would disturb them. Which is something I wasn't aware of. But they look directly into, a balcony would look directly into the gardens all the way along that row, apparently. And Councillor Wing, having had her own planning application turned down the first time on the basis of overlooking, even though it's the smallest building in the street, is particularly sensitive about those sorts of issues.
Where is the balcony? Can you?
As long as she's not making it personal.
Can you?
I think.
So the balcony.
The green stripe is at the top, isn't it?
Yeah, it's right at the top.
Oh, right, with that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Strange.
it's an existing flat roof at the minute, but yeah, it's got a balcony.
Can you go to the existing building? Yeah.
That's the existing.
No, the photograph.
What does that say, sorry? Something area to be
Proposed area of fence.
Fence.
So are they're not putting another story on, are they? They're just.
No, they're changing windows for.
So they're putting that fence there, balcony on the top, and then the stone. They're going to redo those.
Yeah, which is fine, it's great.
Reason for the balcony on the top? Is it for using the roof? Yes. So.
Oh, I was going to say you overlook everybody on.
Chair, I cannot see the reason for the balcony on the top at all. It is out of character with and it's a listed structure. I cannot see that. And what concerns me as well with being a listed structure would be it says laminated. We never don't exactly know what that means.
What's laminated? Sorry.
Laminated windows?
It's laminated safety glass, apparently, which I suspect is probably okay. It's probably a double glazed unit.
They're talking about the balcony.
Yeah.
The balcony thing, I think.
But I don't know whether the balcony is to be glass, as they are on more modern buildings. I suspect it might be, looking at the way that is drawn. And I would agree with you, Councillor Albon, that doesn't feel appropriate. I mean, the railings and the the door and all of that, the steps, great, but that just feels, they've done such a wonderful job on this building, and it just feels like they're about to.
Yes,
Yeah.
but
It
it's,
doesn't fit in with the listed structure at all. I object to that. I'll propose that we object to the application on the grounds of the balcony. Detracts from the character of the Grade 2 listed building.
But we're quite happy.
Chance of overlooking.
Yeah, the chance of overlooking.
so
You can sit on the roof, no one can stop you sitting on the roof. And you can overlook us all day and every day
But
if
if
you
you're
like.
using that balcony regularly and you're looking down into everybody else's gardens, it's probably not.
Okay, is that a proposal then, councillor?
Is that for 1 and 2?
Yes.
Yeah, because look, they need both planning and listed building consent for it.
Into applications. Is that a proposal?
I proposed it, Chair.
Yeah, I'll
Could we amend it by saying, but we're very keen on the railings and the other things, because
Yeah, by all means,
all of that is entirely.
That's the only objection, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's the balcony, yeah.
But we've already said no objection before, haven't we, though I don't remember it.
Not to a balcony, we haven't.
but that was when they did their original refurbishment of the building. They've made, I mean, it used to be terribly tatty and they've made a great job of it.
Yeah, there's never a balcony
This
involved.
just doesn't seem
That
right.
was to replace, that was a replacement of windows with timber windows. That's what that was.
Okay, so we've had have we got a seconder, please?
Yeah, you did. Chair.
I did, because then councillor Austin then said something. All those in favour? Only because I thought you were seconding it. Against or abstaining? What was that, Mrs?
Or an abstention.
You're an abstention, right, okay. Right. Now, the second one is an interesting one. JD Wetherspoon. Have you all looked at this?
I need to see it on the picture.
To read it out.
Yeah,
I can't quite.
read it out.
Oh, yeah, that's,
Okay, this is the erection of a single-storey structure at roof level to accommodate access to roof, creation of roof terrace, reinstatement of windows and doors, and removal of 2 entrance doors at ground floor level, together with internal alterations, including the removal and provision of walls to facilitate the use of this building in part for restaurant with ancillary takeaway. Then you've got the listed building consent as well, which it's the same. And the third part is erection and display of 2 internally illuminated and halo illuminated 3D fascia lettering at ground floor level and internally illuminated 3D projecting lettering at roof level, called in by councillors Alban and Makinson.
I mean, I feel
Large development in the conservation area and the effect on a listed building were the reasons. Thank you.
yes, councillor.
I know this is, the horse has bolted and the rest of it, but whoever allowed them to have the blue lit sign on that building in the conservation area, I will never understand, because it was a case of it's free advertising and it's just an absolute blight on the area. So anything eternally illuminated or externally illuminated, I'm very wary of, because I just think we constantly go on at the people in Harbour Street and this that and the other about how they shouldn't be imposing their light onto others in regards to businesses. So I would be against that aspect of it. It's just my pennies worth there, my rants are.
I sort of feel it's a shame it's another fish and chip restaurant, but we can't do anything about that, yeah. Councillor Pope.
The part of this that the alarm bells go off, part of the restaurant with ancillary takeaway. We have enough problems with litter around this area.
Yeah.
We've got the fish bar there, haven't we?
Yes.
And tourists or residents, they just throw their litter on the floor, and the council get criticised for not picking up. And I feel that this is is not the way forward for this area, for tourism.
Can we put conditions on it about?
Well, can we just have a look at it all?
Have a look at it, yeah.
Yes,
I want to see exactly what they're doing before I start talking.
Yeah.
So you've got the existing area which is just empty, and then that's the layout for the restaurant. So they have got disabled access for the ground floor, but there's no access to the first floor.
Right. So where is their access to the first floor coming from if they're taking the empty units on the ground floor, aren't
Yeah, so they're putting in a staircase which is coming up from the roof.
they? Internally.
It's internally, yeah, so they're going to put a projecting sign on the side of that.
Right.
So
They have a lift.
you've got, no.
Ah.
So you've got your doorway in there,
Yeah.
and then that's existing, and they're going to put that's where the stairway bit, yeah.
What is it, a glass? Is it
Yeah, it's a glass structure.
Don't like it.
And then on the side of that, they're going to put Pupper's sign mounted on side, which is the illuminated bit.
where's that going?
So that's just on the side of where the stairwell bit comes up. And the other bit is on the front.
You don't have to look ugly, do they?
Chair, if I may.
Yeah.
Personally, I haven't got a problem with Papa's on the front, wherever that was. So, yeah. On the Blue Fish and
On
Chip.
the entrance.
Yeah, I haven't got a problem with that. That's not a problem. The use in itself, for me, is not a problem. I don't like the big sign on the back.
Sign.
I don't think that's suitable at all. And that is to be a new roof mounted, access to a new Packers sign mounted. So is that, I don't know whether that's going to be illuminated.
Yes, yeah, both of those signs.
So they're internally illuminated, so I expect to have a big flashing sign like actually in France.
Yeah.
Or Belgium or somewhere. And I'm concerned about the dome as well. You know, this is a grade 2 listed building and one of the best structures that we've got in Thanet, to be quite honest. And I'm a bit concerned about that.
Oh, can we, if Wetherspoons have already got a very illuminated sign along the front, which I don't mind actually, I think it's quite well done.
It overpowers the whole harbour.
But it's done.
I know.
I think that bird has flown.
I know, I said that, yeah.
I don't agree with that, but you obviously got your opinion.
We've got a photo of the whole front thing.
Sorry, Councillor Nixon.
It's not about the planning application, so but it is about the building. I just wanted to ask something, and the East Cliff and Central Hub councils will know better than me. I was led to believe that this building was a percentage community use or community let. Is that not the case? Obviously, you're nodding.
Hucks was for sale or rent for a restaurant.
Right. Okay.
That bit's it because Wetherspoons didn't want it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's quite a big space, so it's been empty.
I thought that's why they were allowed to buy it, though, was the fact that it was.
No, it's not owned by anybody. Well, I mean, TDC are the owners, but
I mean,
it's got a long lease on it.
Sorry, Chair. Sorry.
So it's just to say, this has been empty. It looks an eyesore. I agree. Some of it's really packed, but it needs to be used.
Yes,
otherwise it's another.
If it was a gallery or something, but it's a chip shop. Yes.
Chair.
Oh, sorry. I thought.
Sorry.
That's all right, carry on, David, you carry on. You carry on.
Is the councillor saying that it's not owned by Wetherspoons?
No, it isn't. I think it's well, it's back to Wetherspoons has leased its bit of it for 150, 200 years or whatever. So, but TDC ultimately own it, don't they? They're the freeholder. But this bit was always planned to be a restaurant. It wasn't going to be something else.
But who owns it? Do Wetherspoons own the lease?
I think TDC owns it. Ultimately, they are the freeholder.
They own the freehold. Wetherspoons the lease?
No, they don't lease it, no. Nobody leases it. If you look, there's a for sale sign on it.
It's going to be a market and all sorts of.
Yeah, it's going to be sort of a
farmers market or fish market, I think.
I mean, I can find out, I can ask if you want me to, but I think it was always meant to be through the sort of planning application for Wetherspoons, this bit of it was going to be a separate restaurant. That was always going to be the plan.
Right, councillor, sorry.
I was just going to pick up on councillor Piper's point about litter. Is there anything in the application that we can see, Dean, about how they're going to manage their waste?
It's not a planning issue, Chair.
No, it's not.
So have we got space for any internal stuff?
Well,
Or is it all going to be outside?
Sorry, Chair, if I may, if you look at it, Tricia, you see all those bins
Yeah,
outside and things across there.
I'm wondering if they've thought about it internally.
It's a bit of a state.
Yeah.
I very much doubt that they would want it inside.
So do I, but I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Any sign of anything, Dean?
Councillor,
No. So they're relying on that space outside.
I'm just a bit concerned it might sort of turn into something like Blackpool, you know, sort of flashy light.
we should be so lucky.
Rise on the terrace. It would change the building, I think, quite a lot. I think we've got to be a little bit stronger with, like you say, where the bins go. They should have a special place made for them.
Well, I mean, Chair, I've already made my point about the sign on the back. I don't like the little dome on the back, I like the dome on the roof either. You've already got the dome, it just looks silly in my humble opinion. And I do think it is illuminating enough, but any business needs to advertise, so I've not got a problem with what's on the front, but I do have a problem with the sign for Pappers on the back, because who are they advertising to on the back?
The fish. The fish.
Oh, someone on the fish, there's a fish shop.
French, yes.
Well, everybody knows there's a fish shop on the other side, but
Okay, so have we got a proposal? I mean, I propose that we accept the design with reservations about the bubble on the roof and the
Signage.
and the sign.
And express concerns about provision for waste.
for waste, yeah, I think that's.
Well, first of all, there's their own waste. I'm not sure where that's going to go. And secondly, they need to be a bit proactive in getting in, you say it's not a planning matter, in getting in customers' waste, yeah.
You can't deal with it.
But they have to deal with their own. There has to be provision in the
There has to be, there should be
They're not doing
provision, the same as Wetherspoons have got provision for their commercial
their
waste.
own commercial waste.
So, but, you know, it's not, you can't say anything about litter, what people drop.
No, of course.
No, sorry, councillor Young.
Yeah, didn't we bring there was a property being changed on Margate Road to a pizza place, and we made sure there was a bin.
Yeah, well, that's what we're doing, like, that's.
I mean, are we saying?
That's what we're saying.
Yes.
Yes. So, yes, councillor.
Over the years, we've struggled with the fish and chip shop opposite and their waste.
Yes.
And I think we've forced them to have storage space within their property for their waste. Whether that was a planning issue or whether that was an environmental issue.
It was probably in the street scene enforcement, probably did.
And they still have signs on their outside tables saying use the bins in the square.
Mental health as well.
Yeah. Well, I still think we can say they need to look after their own waste.
Absolutely.
Well, they need bin storage, I think that's all you can say. How they dispose of their waste is down to them, you know, it's not a planning matter either, but it is a planning matter to have a bin to dispose their commercial waste in.
So we say we're happy with the design, but we're
happy with the use.
with the use and the overall, but we're concerned about the extra dome. We're concerned about space for waste, and we are very much disapprove of the illuminated sign on the back.
I don't agree with the illuminated sign bit, but you can propose that.
That's what we're just saying.
That's what we're proposing.
We're against.
Okay, have we got a second of
I'll
that?
second that, Chair.
Right, all those in favour?
In favour of that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm against, because I think that if Wetherspoons have a illuminated sign, they've got to have an illuminated sign as well. So anyway, it's been carried. Anyway, it's interesting to look at. Next up, Hardy Street and High Street is an amended one that we didn't like because it was overdevelopment.
Yeah.
And they've reduced the number of flats. Eileen will.
Okay, they've, erection of a part 3-storey, part 4-storey building together with change of use of part of first floor to accommodate 8 1-bed and 2 3-bed flats. This is an amendment, so they've reduced it from 11 flats to 8. That's 1 bed, and 3 3-bed flats to 2 3-bed flats. So that's a reduction of 1 3-bed and 3 1-beds. Thank you.
So you may remember it's the bit at the back of Peacocks.
Yeah, it's certainly a corner that needs something happening to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
This was the original application.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is all of these they're stripping out.
Right.
And then the same with the first floor, taking the back off. And then the top bit, the fourth floor, they're getting rid of. And then the roof plan, they're just putting a roof on, they're not putting it on.
There is
So from that, it's scaling it down and making it flat.
There is a neighbour who claims that they're using his courtyard for light in the list of objections.
Well, that's for him, private matter, sort of.
Yeah. Councillor Huxley.
I'm a bit confused, Chair. It says 5 Hardry Street. That doesn't seem to be in this. 5 Hardry Street is a very poorly maintained, flats, HMO. I've been in it, and one of the I've tried to help one of the residents.
Is that the one that used to be
It's literally falling down.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand, and the tenant said that it's the back bit of it that they're building onto. We're not talking about the High Street stuff, it's at Hardry Street.
Yeah, but isn't it
shown on there though?
Can we see the location plan again, please?
So you've got Harley Street here, and then you've got Broad Street. So if you imagine that's the High Street, and then it's at the back.
So it's behind 5 Hardry Street, but
not 5 Hardry Street though. 5 Hardry Street is beyond Broad Street, it's the next corner.
What's this one?
And was that little one in the top corner, is it possible to see that a bit bigger?
Which one? What, the top
Top right-hand corner.
The other way round, because I'm getting confused.
No, probably not.
Yeah. Have we not got a site plan at all, Dean?
Yeah, you'll have one sec.
Have a look at the site plan.
Confused, it's turned around the other way.
Confuse the Ramsgate.
Actually, out.
Well, I suppose yes. Hardy Street, Broad Street, and High Street. Yes, it goes through to.
That's 5. That's saying that's 5.
Georgian Dragon?
No.
Yeah, that's.
So it's.
Okay, yeah, that is 5. Great.
Yeah. I'm happy with that.
Seems to be a considerable improvement.
Propose that we have no objection to this. Is that seconder?
Second that, Chair.
Those in favour? Right. Oh. 19 to 21 Harbour Street.
Moved by Councillor Austin to check for adverse impacts. This is 19 to 21 Harbour Street. Erection of an external illuminated timber fascia sign together with repair and decoration of front, including reinstatement of balusters and baluster heads, and the listing building consent that goes with that.
I just want us to have a look at it to make sure we're happy. I didn't, on what I read, I didn't see any problem with it, but I thought we should call in and just have a closer look as it's in the conservation area. It's quite a significant building. It's the old nice things.
Yeah.
So congratulate them on using an externally illuminated sign.
Yeah. Well, that's what they should be. They should all be extra on listed buildings and in the conservation area.
It's the old nice things.
Okay.
Just the wrong
Which is
promotion.
now Turner Arts and
Yeah.
and changed
Not the name.
What does it say?
Cool.
The names, I assume.
We got a proposal for this.
I suppose we accept, we make no comments.
Yeah, I second that. All those in favour?
Anything else?
Against? Abstaining? Now we have the lovely arts barge.
This is listed building and normal building consent, installation of fire access onto Harbour Parade from the Ramsgate Arts Barge and the installation of an electric kiosk on Pier Yard. Application for listed building consent for the installation of fire access onto Harbour Parade from the barge and the installation of an electric kiosk. So that's repeated. Thank you, members.
Yeah.
Councillor Rost, oh yes.
I just can't see a problem with it at all, to be quite honest. It's a boat in the harbour and it's got whatever state it's in, still a boat in the harbour. And that is in itself is not a problem.
I was going to say, this is an amended plan, the only amendment is this additional detail to go.
We had no,
Councillor Austin.
I just called it in so we could have a closer look at it, being as how it had been controversial the last time. I
propose no comments yet.
I say.
Right, all those in favour? All those against? I know what you think, Councillor Piper, and I tend to agree with you. Right.
You need Gherkin there.
1 Windmill Avenue.
This is the erection of a single-storey annex to the rear.
Ah, that's right.
Following demolition of existing store/garage called in by Councillor Makinson, seems to be a granny flat but could be sold separately. Thank you.
Yes, it has, it has a back access, as you can see by that orange line, onto Millmead Avenue. Is that Millmead Road? Right, and so that little rectangle is the is the proposal. So
So we've got the existing garden at the back, with the
Yeah.
existing garage and store. What they want to do is take that out of the boundary and then put a
I'm not desperately happy with it because I think they could.
You can't.
I know.
You can't assume, Chair, apart of the batting in there, you can't assume, Chair.
Well, it's backland development, which is.
At the end of the day, it's in their land. If it's within their ownership, and they can put a shed building.
It's not a shed.
I'm just saying. A shed building or anything like that, and if they change the use, then that can be dealt with. But when it's ancillary to the house, not a problem.
Councillor Piper.
Thank you, Chair. The granny flat issue, I'm with you on that, but I think they would run into trouble with the building regulator from TDC. That they'd be in trouble if they did that.
What?
Because every application that comes through, the building regulations, and has to come and inspect what's being built, and if it isn't done correctly.
Oh, no, there's no suggestion it's not done correctly.
Or if it isn't.
It just looks like another dwelling.
They can still land themselves in trouble.
An Airbnb, or as councillor Orban says. Yes, councillor.
Can I just ask about access? I'm assuming that
there is a road.
Stripe shows where the access is onto Milford.
Yeah, there's a road.
And is that, do we know how busy that road is? Do we know if that's going to?
Well, they've got their garage there at the moment, so it's big enough for a car.
Yeah, and it's not going to massively increase the traffic there.
I can't see a problem with it, Chair.
Any other comments? No. Oh, yes, councillor Green.
I mean, the internal design cries out to me that it's going to be accommodation.
A what?
Accommodation.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, of course it is, yes.
No, is that what they're applying for?
Well, it looks to be the case if you look at the bottom layout of the bathroom, whatever. But there's nothing stopping you if you've got an existing outbuilding, got a bathroom, kitchen, bedroom, whatever in it, so long as it's ancillary to the main house.
It's an Airbnb.
And if they change it into that, then that would cause that. So if there is, and no, I have no doubt there would be a condition placed on planning consent, should it be granted, that is, that it would only be ancillary to the house and for no other use.
Yeah, I just don't believe it.
So can we say that?
As you say.
Whether you believe it or not.
Can we say that in our comments? Can we say we have no objection provided that?
It's condition that it's only used ancillary to the main house.
Can we say precisely that?
Yeah, though I don't know why we should object to them doing an Airbnb or selling it.
Well, I'm not.
So that's putting that condition on it.
I'm just saying, but it's normal, whether it's you in your own house with a little building down the back and you want to make it, which there are hundreds and thousands of them now, where people have an outhouse and the kids go down there or do whatever. So.
Yeah, people have offices.
Yeah, it would make a difference in terms of council tax, for instance.
Yes, it would, you're right. Yeah.
I propose, Chair, that we make no objection, providing that a condition is placed upon any planning consent granted that restricts the use of that building to ancillary of the main house.
I'll second that.
Yes. All those in favour? Yeah. Okay. We have one more. 3 Harbour Street.
I call this one in. This is the Harbour Bar. And again, I don't think there's a problem with it. In fact, from what I can see of the illustrations, it looks like a considerable improvement. But I thought, as it's quite a significant building in a conservation area, we should have a look at it again.
So 3 Harbour Street, it's the erection and display of 2 externally illuminated fascia signs, which are sign A and B on the plan, together with mural to elevation. Thank you.
Oh, God. I just remembered which one it is. They're getting levelling up money.
Getting levelling up money for the building, as are several buildings along the street. Obviously, that's a major one.
Horrible.
They're examples of murals. There is no the illustration that Dean's pointing to is where they're planning on putting, and I think the mural that they're planning appears quite small. It's gulls and something that says the Harbour Bar.
It's quite obscure to see, so we won't go back to the one. So it's actually meant to be the lighthouse coming out the window, going around the building.
Oh, I see.
When they're going to put weather vane to make it look like a lighthouse.
Yeah.
And they're replacing the windows, aren't they?
Yes.
With crystal type windows.
It's not listed, but it's in the conservation area.
It's in the conservation area. Having seen the murals in Margate, I think it's an attractive idea, and it's not a nice-looking building at the moment. I don't think it's obtrusive. If they were like some of the ones at the top there, then we might have some more concerns, I would have thought.
Councillor Huxley.
I like it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
As Jerry Marsden said. Thank you.
Councillor.
Through you, Chair, will the heritage officer have to approve the mural?
They will comment upon it. It's not for the heritage officer to approve anything. They can only give
They
a.
can comment.
They might have already commented, but if they haven't decided on the mural yet, it haven't. So we have no objection?
I propose no objection, Chair.
All those in favour?
Need a seconder.
We have a seconder?
There,
Thank you.
yeah. All those against? Councillor Green, any abstentions? No abstentions. Right. I think that brings us to the next meeting, which is on Wednesday, the 5th of April.
Yeah,